Yes, guys, good evening. Welcome to the Gianni Battici YouTube show. We are live on Wednesday evening. If you're listening on catch up, then hello. We are going to be discussing some transfer targets on today's show. And of course, you may have heard, we're also going to be giving away a PS5. That's right. Welcome to everybody in the live. Thank you guys for joining. If you haven't heard, the PS5 giveaway is very, very exciting. It was a game week 1 competition. So yeah, the PS5 will be given out tonight. I expect to do it in the next, 20, 30 minutes. Let's see how the evening goes. It will definitely be in the next, 40 minutes. Welcome to everybody. We're going to talk transfer targets. I want your suggestions in the chat, in the comments. Who are the players that we should be buying this week? Of course, many already are looking at Kwanzaa replacements. Robinson's top of the list for many. We'll look at some of those in more detail, but it's a bit late because Kwanzaa's already dropped in price. Good evening to Troy. Hello to Henry, Eddie, Matteo, British 87 in the house. Danny B's already made this transfer. Do you know what? We'll do a poll and we'll say, are you making a transfer this week? Are you making or have you made a transfer this week? I think there's going to be more yeses than expected. We all thought we'd be no. I thought I'd be no, but maybe I've pulled that trigger. Adam is in the house. He's gone Robinson as well. Shout out, Adam. Guys, thank you all for joining. Let's have a look, shall we, at some transfer targets. This is from a video that I dropped earlier. You may have already seen it. We looked at some obvious, some alternative, and some differential options. And we're spoiled for choice. There's some very, very good options. I can see a lot of my channel members. Buongiorno, Fabio. Hello. Should I transfer Aina out? Again, we'll wait for the press conference on that. Many of you are looking at replacement on that top line. Holly's in. Oh, yes. I've made the big. You know it's an important stream when you put it on the telly. How many of you, by the way, are watching on TV versus laptop versus phone versus iPad? We might have to do a poll for that. I reckon about 30% of you are like Holly. Maybe. Colwell instead of Kwanzaa's a nice move. Havertz in Aston Villa. Huh? No, Havertz plays Aston Villa next fixture. That's what that means, Milan. Adams, fingers crossed on Porro. Yeah, of course. Phone. A load of you watch on phone. This scares me a bit because I don't think my graphics cater that well to phone at times. I'm like, oh, I'm too small or whatever. If you're watching on, if you're watching on TV, I'm big enough. But typing on my phone, nice. So it's like twice. That's good. That helps the algorithm if you're on twice. Get it on your phone so for chat and TV for, yeah, I like that. Danny, Nick, hello. So look, I want to talk through these players in more detail. And we will in just a second. And we're also going to discuss Liverpool in particular. I've got some data to show you on Liverpool. And I also want to have a more thorough look. I think this needs to happen at the fixture ticker. And the reason being that, let me sort my screen out, is with the fixtures, I think many of us are going to wildcard in game week 6. And if we do wildcard in game week 6, I think we need to look at some of those teams to target between now and then. Whether we're rolling transfers or not, these are probably the teams we want to get in. By the way, from game week 6 onwards, the teams like Arsenal have an unbelievable run. But until that point, maybe we can hold off on them. Maybe. I say that because, I've gone no Arsenal this week and it's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, we'll check out that ticker later, shall we? So I'm going to get to all these things. And then we're also going to talk about the predictions of the game week. And of course, why and how we are distributing, this is exciting, a PS5 tonight. And I'm doing this in a very special format. In around 20 minutes time, I expect, we will be having our semi-final for those that have taken part in the Sleeper Challenge. 3 will take part in a spin the wheel. The one that's eliminated will be the one it lands on. Will then, the 2 that aren't eliminated go through to the final. It will then be a pool challenge. Yes, that's right. We will go live to the pool table, and I'm going to take a break. And one finalist will be spots, and the other finalist will be stripes, and we'll see which ball I pot from the break. If I don't pot a ball, we re-rack, and we keep going. How does that sound for a PS5? Oh, nice. Mr. Abdullah says, my cousin Jarif is among the top 3 to win the PS5. Yes, he is, Abdullah. We have him on the spin the wheel. Good to see you're in. Nigel's in as well. Hello, Nige. Hope you're good. Adam's in, channel member. If you wildcard 3-4 teams, who should we target? Again, that's why the fixture ticker is so important. I mean, if you want, guys, we can have a little look at that fixture ticker right now. Very happy to do that. I don't love the idea of a wildcard game week 2, but if and when we are wildcarding, let's have a look at some of the teams we might target. The reason why Robinson has had so much love, right at the top of the ticker, this is filtered in the Scout members area. And guys, do check out Fantasy Football Scout if you're interested. There's a link in the description. But what I've done here is you can filter by attack or defense or just overall. So I've just gone overall. And by difficulty for the next 4 game weeks, Fulham are up top. This is why so many have bought Robinson. For defence, Fulham are up top. For attack, Fulham are up top. Leicester, Ipswich, West Ham, Newcastle. 3 of the next 4 are at home. That's really important. Southampton have great fixtures. I'm not sure if there's many FPL options at Southampton we want. Brereton Diaz, maybe. Chelsea have got a good run. If you want a 4.5 defender like Colwell, you could punt. Liverpool have got great fixtures. And look at that by game week 4. Game week 4, Forest at home, Bournemouth at home. Straight away, you think, Mo Salah. And then you look at Haaland's fixtures. He is Brentford at home. Sure, you captain Haaland in 4 if you want to. But then Arsenal away in 5. Game week 5 in particular, we might be looking at alternative captains away from the big man. And Salah at Bournemouth definitely gives us an option there. Definitely gives us an option. Right at the bottom of the ticker, by the way. Yeah, really surprised at that. Right at the bottom of the ticker is Arsenal. And this is why I went without them on wildcard. I have no doubt Arsenal will be a major part of my FPL team soon. But right here, right now, I don't necessarily feel the need to go there. Watkins and Rodgers in my thoughts. Absolutely. I've got Rodgers. I'm happy with that. And when we look at Aston Villa's fixtures, if we were to move game week 2, Aston Villa would shoot right to the top. Leicester, Everton, Wolves. And it carries on for a while there with Leicester. Hey, Danny. Hey, loving fantasy football. It's a great idea for the prize. I think so. I was there at the City Ground. It looked like a hamstring. It looked like a calf strain or a hamstring. Let's see. He didn't look comfortable. I'd probably guess that he's not playing at the weekend. Barco shouldn't, in theory, drop in price, guys, despite him going out on loan. When a player leaves the league, i.e. transfer or loan, their price is meant to be locked. However, in years gone by, like when Lukaku left, his price continued to drop. So the hope is Barco's price is locked, but there's precedent set. And with a couple of players, the drop continued, which is a bit scary for us Barco owns. Barco's the 5th highest defender in the game in terms of ownership. Oh, 11 fantasy football did Kwanzaa to Konza. Nice before the drop. If Watkins isn't fit, Arsenal win hands down. I mean, I'd expect Watkins to be fit. Watkins is usually fit. Should I sell Barco? Got 0.5 in the bank. Look, in terms of, probably. Like, you're going to have to sell Barco at some point, unless you think you can get to wildcard without Barco. In terms of chances of dropping in price, if we forget the rule, he's still way off a price drop, guys. Barco's needs like 236,000 sellers. He ain't getting that in the next few days. So I think we're good. I love that I'm on Holly's TV. She's just sent me a WhatsApp. Holly, are the kids in bed? I hope you're not subjecting them to this. There we go. Right, let's get my screen back up and see what I'm doing. Hello to everyone in the chat, by the way. Gallagher's dropped. Yeah, it's a Gallagher. Gallagher's deal only went through yesterday, though. I don't know when the price dropped. Bailey caused Arsenal a lot of problems. He did last season. And Bailey looked bright. Should have scored it at West Ham. But if you can get a either, Rodgers saves you $1.5 million on Bailey. He also played 90 minutes. The PS5 all will be revealed very, very soon, and we will be distributing a PS5 this evening. I've described the format on Twitter. There's some info at the bottom of the screen on that as well. Hi, Janny. With 0.5 in the bank and uncertainty around Chelsea players, I think we keep Nkunku another week and then we make a shout. Let's give him another week. Don't be taking 4-point hits yet. Granny here doing bedtime. Lovely. Wednesday, a great day for me to watch Long for Live. Oh, maybe. Look, Nigel is also a channel member of Holly's channel. Go hit her up, guys. You can click Holly's name and also subscribe to that channel if you fancy. And while you're at it, I know loads of you right here, right now, think you're subscribed to my channel and you're probably not. And I was always wary, like, oh, I don't want to subscribe. I'm going to be flooded. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. You don't get flooded with stuff. So if you subscribe to a channel, all you're doing is showing your support. It's free. It costs nothing. And you're not bombarded with notifications anyway. So do hit. It's not like social. It's not like Twitter or Instagram where it's like, oh, big social, big announcement. There's a video live. YouTube is very subtle with that. So by subscribing, there's nothing annoying in terms of notifications, right? And alerts. So you might want to do that. Yeah, Jareth in the chat is one of the 3 up for the PS5. Loving fancy football. No, the ultras. It's all in the WhatsApp, but the ultras have a separate competition. We're doing manager of the month for the ultras. I'm sure we can, Nige. We do have a podcast though every week, which is also on YouTube. So that's effectively a details in the pod in the description. Yeah. Should we talk about some players? I would love to get to. Okay, well, we'll answer some questions, of course, if they're super chats. Thank you, Taylor. Thoughts on Haaland triple captain? Should we do a poll for Taylor? Come on, let's do a poll for Taylor. At the moment, 50% of you are making a transfer this week. So look, Taylor asked a legit question, and let's discuss this. Are you likely to TC Haaland this week? I'm going to start off with it's not for me. I don't want to turn you off it though, Taylor. There will be double game weeks this year. There'll be at least 2, could be more. And, bench boost, triple captain, free hit. There's going to be a new chip. Maybe you go, I could go single game week. What I'd say about single game week now for Man City is I know the fixture's lush, but they will also have home fixtures against Southampton. They'll also have a home fixture against Leicester. There might be other home fixtures when City are a little bit smoother. First couple of games, they're usually a little bit rough. We saw in the Community Shield, they weren't really the City we know and love. Against Chelsea, they conceded a lot of XG for them. The same amount of XG they produced. And I just wonder if it's a little bit early in terms of seeing City in 4th or even 5th gear. We're in 3rd gear at the moment. We're still going to win games. We're still going to score goals, but we're not fully slick. And I wonder if that puts me off Captain Taylor. Thank you for your question. 75% of you probably agree and have said no so far in the poll. Do keep voting though. Yeah, Wolf Machine's waiting. Nigel says, Solanke against that Everton defence looks bang on the money. In theory, Solanke against that Leicester defence first half and Son against that Leicester defence first half, in theory, should have banged too. From someone that owned both those players and was there watching, I was so disheartened with the performance, like with the outcome of Spurs in that first half. It was so Spursy. They created so many chances. Solanke and Son were both so involved. Surely I get something against Everton for both. Let's see. It's tempting me solely because he's at 50% ownership. So it's not, probably a little bit too soon. There we go. Jarif has a chance. He's got a 1 in 3 chance of winning the PS5 tonight. Amrit says, Jenny, please do a collab with Mark and Az. Yeah. Oh, 87's doing it. Triple captain active on Troy. Fair play. Look, guys, you all do you, right? There's no right and wrong here. This is a game of choices. How do we like my picks here? Can anybody offer the best alternative and differential defenders to buy this week? Away from Robinson, away from Mazraoui, 5 and 9% owned. What other 4.5 defenders are we buying this week? Help people out who are selling Kwanzaa, because there's a lot that may have sold him. There's some that might still sell him and might be struggling for money. But the best 4.5s for you, who are they? Let us know in the chat, and then we'll move the conversation on to some midfielders. What would be superb? I know. Yeah, I've not done Black Box in ages. They stopped using me. Do you know what it was? Mark was taking some time out, and I did a load with Az at the end of the season. Not last season, the season before. But it's great to see Mark and Az back. And I think the perfect balance of a pod is usually 2 people. I think 3 isn't often the best dynamic. I do some 3 podcasts, but I always think the 2's a bit smoother. Lewis, Dunk, Hall. A lot of saying Duncan. Luke. Yeah, Dunk at Brighton. Lewis Hall at Newcastle. Yeah, maybe a 4 million Southampton defender. Anderson's 4.5. Mark's bought Dan Burn. Yeah, solid. I like that. I like them all. I've actually owned Lewis Hall, and I think Dunk is a fantastic option. Other options to keep Kwanzaa, especially if you've missed the boat. Especially if you've missed the boat and the price drop's already occurred. Gamble. Guys, I genuinely think there's a 40% chance. I'd say about 40 that he starts. I do think it will be Konate, but I'm not ruling Kwanzaa out by any stretch. It's not a 10, 20% chance like most would probably say. Yeah, Pau Torres, interesting. Lisandro Martinez, meh. Yeah, I know he's a World Cup winner, but United do concede a ton. I get it, though. I'm just going to move my camera down a little bit, if that works. Luca Dean, not sure. Maatson does exist. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mark. We're going to move on to midfielders. When I'm answering this, guys, give me some midfield options to buy this week. I've gone Rodgers, Bruno, and Jota. They're all like 20% or under. I try not to put like Salah on here. I know I've done Haaland in forwards, but I'm trying to think sort of that 25%, 30% bracket and below. Best midfielders to buy this week. I personally think Bruno and Jota and Rodgers within their price bands are three of the best picks. The three best picks. Mark says City could have better fixtures in the future, but Haaland's play or be fit in those fixtures. For perspective, Haaland played over 30 matches in the Premier League last season, and the season before that, the same. Haaland doesn't miss many, and he doesn't get subbed often. Of course, when Champions League comes round, there's midweek fixtures. But go back and look at the Champions League games, group games last year. Most Premier League games, he played 90 before them. Honestly, you'd be surprised. We're all scared of Pep Roulette, and I understand why. I get it. We've all been stung. But I'm not so sure Haaland is subjected to Pep Roulette like some others might be. And look, at the moment, he's the only senior number 9 in the football team because Alvarez has left. Like they might sign a replacement for Alvarez who can take the pressure off Haaland. But as things stand, in Premier League especially, I expect he'll start every game when he's fit, pretty much. There might be one or two. If you want a triple captain, though, please don't let me talk you out of it. As far as the fixture goes, it's as good as you get. Of course it is. I still prefer a double, and I still prefer City later in the year when they're up and running. And maybe there are weeks later in the year when there's no Champions League and it's a Community Shield game. And you're like, oh, he'll be arrested in the Community Shield because they've got Notts County on Wednesday night. And you get City in 4th, 5th gear by then. Foden might not get 90. No, I don't think Foden will. He got, what, 30? I reckon Foden could be on for a 60 this week. Maatson game week 3 or 4 could be a great shout. Remember, he is going to be first choice over Luca Dean, and the third choice there has moved on to Forest. Yeah, Eze and Bernardo Silva. I do think Eze from Love and Fantasy Football is a fantastic shout. I love players that nearly hauled and deserve to haul. The week had just gone, and you're like, oh yeah, now they're due. A bit like Bruno. Bruno's due. He had 1 XG. Eze, so unlucky with the free kick. 7 shots for Eze. Bernardo Silva, I've never seen him as an out-and-out FPL option. I love him as a player. Interesting one. I'm not touching Doku either. Madison was brilliant on Monday night. And you know what? His expected assists was 0.98. Only one player beat Madison for expected assists. Who was that, guys? Quiz question. Who beat Madison for expected assists? 0.98 Madison. Who clocked a higher XA than Madison? Answers in the chat. Answers in the chat. Yeah, the Kwanzaa price drops already happened. Souček, no. He did have great numbers, though, Souček. Loads of you. Kudus, no. Doku, no. Yeah, Ryan knows. Kuda, yeah, a few of you did go Trent. Fair play. I think some of you were in really early there. Dan was in really early. Thank you, British 87 and Luke. Dean Ashton. Guys, I was looking at Dean's profile earlier. Spoiler alert, I have a video with Dean Ashton out tomorrow, late morning, maybe lunchtime. Dean Ashton is revealing his team exclusively on this channel. It's a wicked team. It's better than mine as things stand. Dean had to retire at like 26 years old. Honestly, the guy would have got so many England caps. Broke into the England squad at like 23, 24 under Sven, I think, and then didn't get his first cap till 2008. So 2006, 2 years later because of his injuries. And then, yeah, unfortunately, his career was cut short. But boy, what a player. Seeing his goal at Old Trafford, the overhead kick against, was so good. YouTube it. Legend. And he loves FPL, guys. He's one of us. Yeah. The cross for Jota alone must have been, what, 0.6, 0.7? That was a huge chance from Jota, wasn't it? 0.5 maybe. Updates on Minter look promising for the concussion protocol. He should be around. It's the day before. Yeah. Yeah, it's heartbreaking stuff, Mark. So, yeah, do not miss my chat with Dean. We recorded today. It's out tomorrow morning. It's awesome. Matoma could be back. Yeah. Guys, what about getting me to... What about getting me to 21.8k subs? I need 70 more subs. If you're feeling generous and you want to hit the like button, but also want to subscribe, that would be amazing. Let's get to 21,800 tonight. Maybe we can do it. If we could do it, I'll give away 5 channel memberships. Okay? Deal. And thank you all, by the way, for joining. Like Wednesday night, we don't usually stream on a Wednesday. Lovely to see my ultras in. Lovely to see a couple of my ultras in the chat. Thank you, team. Sometimes I get distracted by the ultras WhatsApp. I've just been reading through it as I'm speaking to you. Thanks, Nige, for your comments. Like the stream. Yeah, you heard Swain. When he says like the stream, we mean like the stream. Update on Porro. I'm no doctor. I think he'll be all right because he was putting weight on it, walking freely. There was no ice pack at the end of the game either. It was a weird one. I was watching him going, get off the pitch. Okay, Nigel, it's time to step away from FPL. You can't go Felix yet, can you? I don't think we'll see a Felix start for a couple of weeks. Let's see. I'm subscribed. I hope you get that membership. Yeah, well, we only do the membership if we get to the subs, but thank you. We need 21.8k, and then we do it. I need another 70 tonight. And that might be hard because the numbers aren't too high in the chat. Let's see. Guys, I am giving away a PS5. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we've spoken about mids. Forwards to buy this week. Come on. You're not allowed to say Chris Wood. You can't say Haaland. That's too easy. You can't say Havertz or Welbeck. I've put them in my alternative and differential options. Who are the forwards we might want to... How does the 5 transfers work? Jeremy, each week you get 1 and you can keep rolling it. So if you don't use one this week, next week you'll have 2. If you don't use one ahead of game week 3, you'll have 3, then a week after. You'll keep getting it till 5. Once you get to 5 free transfers, however, if you don't use them, you lose them. So you want to keep rolling your transfers to a maximum of 5. But yeah, you go 3 weeks without a move, get to game week 4, 4 free transfers. It's like a mini wildcard. It's pretty cool. It's a new thing from FPL. Vardy having a party. Yeah, Muniz, Visser. I think Visser's a fantastic option. He's 6 million. Guys, Visser is widely regarded at Brentford as the best defender, best forward in the game. Visser is widely regarded at Brentford as the best finisher at the club. Even though Ivan Toney's really good, many of his Brentford teammates and coaches alike, some of which I've spoken to in person, have told me that Johan Visser is the best finisher at the club. Chris Wood, no. Oh, also, Nketiah's probably going to Forest, FYI. Muniz is getting a lot of love. Xerxes, I'm not... Yeah, I get it. Solanke, Vardy. Rutter, wait and see. Michael says Muniz as well. Mateta, the forgotten man. So good last season. Guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be giving away a PS5 very, very soon. I reckon we'll do it in 10 minutes. Yeah? Let's do it in 10 minutes. PS5 giveaway in 10 minutes. Fulkrug, yes. Yeah, Luke, if you have 4 free transfers and wildcard that week, yes, you then still carry them the next week. You're right. And they used to wipe up wildcard or of any of the chips. Vissa or the new Bournemouth striker, he's 6 million. He'll be on pens. Yeah, new Wolves striker, as FPL Worm says. Van Ilsen, yeah. Is he, Nige? Have you got Mateta? Early doors. Okay. What is the Sleeper app? All right. We'll talk about Sleeper in a minute, but there's a link in the description if you want to download it, and I'm giving away weekly prizes. If you want to right now scan the QR code, you can do that. But we'll talk more about Sleeper in a minute when we give away the PS5. But yeah, you can download it. You go straight into my Pick'em League. It takes 10 seconds. There's no gambling. There's all completely free. There's no cryptocurrency. It's a legit predictor game where you predict the outcome in a league called Pick'em of the outcome of 10 games. We'll get to that in a sec. Love the channel. Thank you. Many of you might be like, why can't I type? Because I'm seeing loads of new names tonight, like Cathar and Llewellyn. If you can't type, it's because you're not a subscriber. So if you click subscribe, within, I think, 60 seconds, you can then type in the chat. Best 5.0 midfielders, Rodgers, for me. Great pick. Guys, should we talk a bit about Liverpool? What did we all make? Oh, Buonanotte, for me, was player of the match for Leicester. Watching him live was a joy. He played central as a second striker behind Vardy as well. Listen to Nige, guys. Listen to Nige. In terms of numbers, Liverpool bullied Ipswich second half. Look at that XG map. They had a chance at 40 minutes Ipswich. That's where you see it go up. And then they pretty much did very little towards the end of the game. And in the meantime, Liverpool, who went in at half time with lower XG than Ipswich, just went chance, chance, big chance, big chance, big chance. It was obscene. It was obscene. 3.37. That second half was big. Jeremy, if you only got one wrong, you'll be in the final 3, mate. That means you've got a chance to win a PS5 because there's 3 people that got 9 out of 10, and they are the 3 that will go down to win the PS5. The second half bosses. Yeah. And what do we think of this map? Guys, this is one reason why Diogo Jota is so good. Number 9. Look where he's playing. That's not midfielder. 7.5 midfielder, closest to the goal, with good service from Diaz and Salah. He won't get too many touches, but the ones he gets will be in and around that box. Jota's going to score buckets of goals. And I genuinely think if you don't have him in your team, you should be moving towards him ASAP because Jota's not going to be in the game for long. Jota will either get injured or he'll lose his place to Darwin. But for as long as he's scoring goals and fit, you'd think he keeps his spot. So he might last a game week 6. He might last a game week 12 starting. He might last a game. He might just keep starting. Let's see. Let's see. Salah is also an obscene option, and Jota makes Salah better. When Darwin and Salah play together, Darwin turns hogger of big chances. When Jota and Salah play together, the big chances are distributed amongst the front line. When Darwin plays, the big chances all fall to him, which means Salah, sure, it helps him maybe from an assist point of view, but not from a goal point of view. Jota, however, at times will get on the ball deep and he'll feed runners like Salah. He's much smarter, more intelligent creator than Darwin Núñez. And for that, when we look at the fixtures, we want them both by game week 5, don't we, guys? I think we do. Let's make this bigger. How can I do that? There. By game week 4, sorry, that Liverpool run, it's Forest and it's Bournemouth at home. 2 sensational games. But it gets better. Let's look at those fixtures from game week 4 for Liverpool. Forest at home, Bournemouth at home. Then they go have 2 away games. Both very good away games for Salah, though. Not very good, but good enough. Wolves and Palace. And then it's a little bit trickier. It's Chelsea at home, Arsenal away. But then it's home against Brighton, home against Villa, away to Southampton. It's a great run. It's clearly a really, really good run. Guys, remember, I will give away some channel memberships tonight if we get to 21.8. It's up to you if we get those 60 subs. It was 70, it's now 60, so it's your call. Your call. Ah, FPL Rose in the house. Hey, Rowie. Okay, let me sort my laptop out. Guys, I'll do all this on one stream. It's very screen, and it's a tiny, a tiny little MacBook Pro. No, MacBook Air. Speaking of MacBooks, I'm going to give away a MacBook. Not today. I'm going to give away a MacBook too. Shout out Sleeper, by the way, for all these gifts. We're going to talk more about Sleeper in a minute. If you're not already, so I don't have to give you all the information when we're doing the competition in 5 minutes. If you want to scan this QR code and join Sleeper, do it now. I've partnered with Sleeper for the season. We've got a pick'em game where you pick the outcome of 10 games. It's really that simple. And the outcome of the 10 games, like, let's take an example, right? Here's an example. This weekend, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Do it with me, guys. Who wins out of Brighton and Man United? Just write the word Brighton or Man United or draw. This is all you have to do in Pick'em. We're not asking for 2-1 or 3-0. We're just... Sorry, is there a PS6? Is there a PS6? So we're all thinking... Man United, draw. Man United, United. Okay, score, draw, draw. A lot of sitting on the fence. A lot like me, though, fancy Brighton. Maliki does. Ryan does. Okay. Palace, West Ham. I've gone Palace, guys. Home win. What do you reckon? I think Palace. If you want to play this game, it's free and you win prizes every week. Right? And it's a PS5. We're revealing the winner tonight. You can download the QR code. You can scan the link. You can click the link below, and just it's really simple. A lot think draw. To be fair, I very nearly put draw. That's something, West Ham. No, it's worldwide Sleeper. Anyone can download it. iOS, Apple. Okay, let's do Fulham Leicester. Let's rattle through this. We're just going to do 8 of them. The 8 on screen grab. Guys, I think Fulham beat Leicester comfortably. And I think because for that reason, I fancy a clean sheet. And I think Anthony Robinson is a great pick. I think Smith Rowe gets points and Moniz could get points. I know Leicester were good second half. But I think that was the home crowd and momentum of being back in the league. They got battered first half. They really, really did. So I'm going Fulham win there. A lot of you fancy Fulham. Yeah. A lot of you fancy Fulham. All right, let's do Man City. Okay, let's not do Man City. No. Does anybody think Man City aren't going to win? If you think Man City aren't going to win, tell me right now. Tell me right now if you don't think Man City will win. Yeah. No one. You don't fancy Ipswich. Okay, Bournemouth Forest. You'll see is greyed out there. That's because I've hit the middle button, which means draw. So I do see that as a draw. What do you guys see at Bournemouth Forest? I was actually quite impressed by Forest against Bournemouth. So they play Southampton, and I've gone for a draw. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Spurs Everton. Oh God, I wrote the wrong word. You know what I meant to say. You get the point though, right? You get the point. Thank you all for voting. Maybe I will be giving away some memberships tonight. I don't know. We got 55 to go. 55 people subscribe. I give away 5 memberships tonight. If you want to hit the button, do. So guys, you get the point. Now, most of you watching are in the Pick'em League. I would love... Okay, it's time for the PS5. It's time for the PS5. Let's get going, right? This might take a while. Honestly, it's going to be loads of fun. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Right. Introduction. If you aren't familiar with Sleeper, get your phone out and scan the QR code right now. Download it, play Pick'em. We've just played it. Each week, I have a league. You predict the outcome of 10 games, and the best performing teams, the winning teams, will win weekly prizes. Some weeks it will be a PS5, other weeks it will be a £100 voucher. Okay, like Amazon voucher, or a voucher of a sports company, football shirt company, whatever. You tell me. Every week there'll be a prize. Season long, there will be a MacBook for the winner. And there's a league, right? So game week 1 or match day 1 saw loads of people take part. However, only 3 people got 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 answers correct. So shout out Old Trashford, Hotline, and Jarif. You all got 9 out of 10. And Jarif is watching right now. And I hope the other 2 are watching right now as well. To join the Sleeper League and be up for a chance of winning these prizes, all you have to do is scan the QR code on screen now. You scan that code, you download the app, it takes 30 seconds to sign up, and then you're playing the game. You're straight in my league, and you'll go on match day 2, and you predict the outcomes. You can do it all the way through to match day 38. No way, Kiva got 8 out of 10. Did you really? Quite a few got 8. Good luck to those, and will honestly worth getting Steve Guy. It's been a good thanks, mate. That's a really, really good advert for it. 8 out of 10 is legit, right? Hotline is in the chat. Hotline is one of the 3. He got Tottenham wrong. Wow. If you'd got Tottenham right, you'd have been the only one with 10, possibly. There we go. I did see one of the 3 got draw for Tottenham, and they were on 8 and got to 9. It was only a 2-horse race going into Monday night, which was pretty cool. So, okay, I think we are ready. I think we're ready. Hotline is in the chat. Kivo is on the chat. I know we saw Jarif earlier, and his cousin is watching. Maybe he doesn't have a YouTube account. And Old Trashford, I know I've spoken to on DM, is also watching tonight. He's a lurker. Loads of you like to lurk. As we're playing this, and guys, this is going to be really fun how we get the winner. What we're going to do is we're going to do a pull shot for the winner. This is really cool. I'm excited for this. So we're going to reveal the winner by, first up, we're going to do a semi-final. The 3 of you will take part and spin the wheel. The one it lands on is out, right? They're not a winner. They're out. Semi-final's over with. Then we're going to play pool. One of you will be spots. One of you will be stripes. Jared's cousin is watching it. And supposed to in 9 years, but found out he could be winning a PS5. That's amazing. That's amazing. So look, without further ado, let's get cracking with spin the wheel, shall we? So I'm going to do it on my phone and just show you my screen. I can't do a screen share. I've entered all 3 names into the wheel, okay? You'll see it there. Let me call it out. The red wheel is Jarif. I know you can't see the words. You don't need to. I'm giving you the colors. The orange is Hotline. Let me do that again. Okay. Hotline is orange, okay? Old Trashford is blue, and Javif is red. Javif is red. Now, if it lands on you, you do not win and you're not in the final. I really hope, just because Javif's cousin's watching, and I think this is so funny, we're kind of praying for Jarif just because it's funny. But let's see. I'm going to do one spin only. If it lands on you, you're out and it goes to the final 2. To recap, Jarif red, Old Trashford blue, Hotline is yellow. All 3 of you are represented in the chat. Let's spin that wheel. Good luck, guys. We're spinning the wheel. Who's it going to land on? Remember, if it lands on you, you're out. If it lands on you, you're out. And it's landed on the yellow one. The yellow is Hotline. Hotline is out. Oh, Hotline. I'm sorry. Hotline is in the chat. We're going to say, good luck next time, Hotline. You are a supreme predictor. 9 out of 10 is so credible. The final now goes down to Jarif or Old Trashford. Jarif or Old Trashford. Who's going to win it? Let's take to the pool table. We're going to do a quick banner. So Old Trashford is spots. Yeah, you happy with that? Equals spots. And then we're going to do Jarif. Jarif is stripes, okay? Guys, if you want to play the sleeper game and win a PS5 next time, remember, weekly competitions, weekly prizes, scan now to join. There's a link in the description. And all we're doing is just what we did. It's predicting the outcomes of the 10 matches each week. Win, lose, draw. Now, 3 people got 9 out of 10 in the leaderboard. We can see Old Trashford, Hotline, Jarif. Well, Old Trashford and Jarif are now in the final 2. They're in the final 2. That is very exciting. So good luck, guys. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go back to see the winner. We're going to go back to see the winner. So who's going to take it? Will it be Old Trashford on spots or Jarif on stripes? Old Trashford on spots or Jarif on stripes? Guys, I think we're going to go full screen for this, aren't we? We're going to go full screen for this. So Old Trashford, let me write this down. Old Trashford is spots. Old Trash equals spots. And then Jarif is stripes. Jarif, all your cousins watching, good luck. You will see here, hopefully the view is sufficient, right? We have a stripe here. We have a spot there. If I pop the black, that is null and void because that's an extra spot. So I'm going to break. If I don't put a single ball on the break, we know what happens. It's re-rack time, baby. Let's hope I can pop on the break. Remember, if a spot goes in, Old Trashford wins. If a stripe goes in, Jarif wins. Let us know in the comments who you want to win and what ball you think I'm going to pop. Will it be this one? Will it be this one? Will it be any of them? I don't know if I'm going to pop. I did a dummy run earlier. I didn't put a ball. Now, I'm limited for queue space here. So we're going to put the ball here. I'm just going to hit it as hard as I can. Good luck. Oh, a spot went in here. A spot went in here. To prove it, we have a spot in the pocket. It was purple 4, which means the spots are won by Old Trashford wins the PS5. That is pretty cool. Guys, thank you all for taking part in the sleeper competition. The PS5 has now gone to Old Trashford because I potted a spot on the break. Yeah. And the reason and the way we did this, well, it was quite simple. The 3 people that were the most successful in my Pick'em League, the 3 people that predicted 9 out of 10 in match day 1. 9 out of 10 outcomes is not easy. So shout out to Jarif, to Hotline, to Old Trashford. We had to do a spin the wheel. It was unfortunate, but Hotline went. We then did a pull shot. It was down to Old Trafford on spots and Jarif on stripes. Jarif's cousins haven't spoken to him in 10 years, but because he might win a PS5, they were in the chat tonight. That was pretty cool, but unfortunately, it was Old Trashford that took it. Unfortunate, of course, for Jarif and all those cousins because a spot went in before a stripe on the break. The replay will show, should you want to check. That was loads of fun. If you want to play, if you want to win next time, it's really easy. You download the app right here, right now. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. It's a really cool game. Everyone that's joined it is saying they're enjoying it. Yeah, it's okay, Jarif. Better love next time. Yeah, I don't usually break that well. I expected a re-rack, not going to lie. Expected a re-rack. Spots, yeah, it was spots. Pray for Jarif. If you have enjoyed this, I know you've not all won something. If you've enjoyed it, do let us know, right? Unfortunately, guys, Wednesday evening hasn't proved to be too busy. I've also losing my voice and forgot the water in the kitchen. So with that in mind, I'm going to go. I'm going to say see you later. I'm going to say thank you all for watching. I'm going to try and make a Wednesday night a regular thing. If you've enjoyed today's stream, like on your way out. I will be in touch with the winners. You could easily double game as a game week host. If you want to play next time, do get involved. Links in the description. Check out the app. They've got a draft game, all sorts. Elliot keeps saying he won. Elliot, I don't know if you're Old Trashford or not. I'm going to message you through the Sleeper app. I'm going to DM you in the Sleeper chat, and then we know for sure. Guys, We will see you very soon. Take care. There is a new video out tomorrow morning with Dean Ashton, late morning. Do not miss that. Dean talks about his love of FPL and reveals his team on this channel. For now, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.